stop trying to get a girlfriend right now. Like, genuinely, the fastest way to actually get the kind of girls you want is to completely ignore them for the next 6 months and build your own life first. It sounds backwards, but I promise you, chasing relationships when you have zero money and zero direction is literally the biggest trap you can fall into at our age. Look, if you clicked on this video, there's a pretty good chance you've been stressing over a text back, or worrying about your dating life, or just feeling completely invisible.
And I'm not gonna lie, I know exactly what that feels like. You're scrolling on TikTok or Instagram and you see all these guys who seem to just have it all figured out. You know, they have the girls, they have the lifestyle, they have the cars, and you're just sitting in your room feeling like you're massively falling behind in life. You start thinking, maybe I need to dress differently, or maybe I need to learn some weird pickup lines, or actually, no, let me back up for a second. You start thinking there's something fundamentally wrong with you. And honestly, that is the most exhausting way to live. I remember being 18 and literally draining all my daily energy just trying to get noticed by people who didn't even care about me. I was trying to figure out how to be interesting to someone else when I didn't even have my own life together. I had no money, I was working a minimum wage job I absolutely hated, I had no real plan for my future, but my biggest priority every single day was trying to convince a girl to go out with me.
It was kind of pathetic, honestly. Like, I was trying to sell a product that wasn't even close to being finished yet. And I know that's not what you want to hear. Nobody wants to be told to stop caring about dating, especially when it feels like everyone else around you is hooking up and getting into relationships. But trust me, I've been there. When you're constantly chasing validation from girls, you are giving away all the energy that you should be using to build your actual foundation. You're putting someone else on a pedestal while you are literally standing on dirt.
And girls can sense that, you know what I mean? They have a sixth sense for when a guy's entire world revolves around getting their attention, and it is the biggest turnoff ever. So I had to make a really hard choice. I basically had to look in the mirror one night and realize that I was playing the completely wrong game. I was trying to win a game I hadn't even leveled up in yet. So I just stopped. I deleted the dating apps, I stopped stressing over Snapchat scores, I stopped going to stupid parties. I just went completely ghost. I decided I wasn't going to care about girls until I had my own money, my own business, and my own direction. And that's kind of when everything started to click for me, you know? Here's the thing you have to understand. When you are 18, 19, 20 years old, your only job on this planet is to build your value. That's literally it. Society tries to tell us that we need to be finding our soulmate right now or experiencing our youth by going out every weekend.
But society's broke and miserable. Most people our age are completely lost, taking on crazy amounts of student debt for useless degrees and stressing over toxic relationships that are guaranteed to end in a few months anyway. Why are you trying to lock down a relationship when you don't even know who the hell you are yet? Think about it mathematically for a second. You have a finite amount of energy and focus every single day. If you spend 3 hours a day swiping on Tinder, overthinking text messages, worrying about what some girl thinks of your Instagram story,
That is 3 hours you could have spent building a faceless YouTube channel. That is 3 hours you could have spent learning how to edit or figuring out how to run a business or writing scripts or going to the gym. You are literally sacrificing your future financial freedom for the tiny, microscopic chance of a text back. It makes absolutely zero sense when you actually break it down logically. And honestly, let's talk about the reality of the money side of things. Dating is incredibly expensive. Going out is expensive. Keeping up appearances is expensive.
If you have $0 in your bank account, you have no business trying to take a girl out to nice dinners. I mean, what are you even going to do? Put a $60 meal on a credit card you know you can't pay off? I was going to... Actually, wait, let me be completely real with you. I used to do exactly that. I used to go into debt just to look like I had my life together on dates, and it was the most stressful thing ever. You cannot be genuinely confident on a date when you're internally panicking.
You're worrying about how you're going to pay for the bill or how you're going to afford gas to drive home. The moment you stop chasing relationships, you instantly reclaim all of that time, all of that energy, and all of that money. It's like finding extra hours in the day. You can take all of that reclaimed focus and funnel it directly into yourself. Imagine if you spent the next 6 months just putting your head down and working on an online income stream. You start a channel, you figure out the algorithm, you post consistently. You make your first $1,000 and suddenly you have options.
You aren't desperate anymore. And the crazy thing is, desperation is exactly what keeps 90% of guys single. When you're broke and have nothing going on in your life, you reek of desperation. You need the girl to validate you because you literally have nothing else in your life validating you. But when you are actively building something real, when you see your first real YouTube paycheck actually hit your bank account, your entire vibe shifts. You start walking differently, you start talking differently.
You stop caring if someone leaves you on red because you're busy anyway. You have an editing deadline, you have video ideas to outline, you have money to make. You physically do not have the time to sit by your phone waiting for a notification. And ironically, that exact attitude, that unbothered, busy, focused energy is exactly what makes you incredibly attractive without even trying. You aren't trying to be some weird internet alpha male or using cringe pickup tactics. You are just a genuine guy who actually has a life and a purpose.
Let me give you a perfect example. I have friends from high school who spent all their time chasing relationships. They were the guys who always had a girlfriend, always at the center of the drama, always spending whatever little money they made at their part-time jobs on dates and gifts. At the time, they looked like they were winning. But look at them now, just a few years later. They're stuck. They're working jobs they despise because they never took the time to build any real skills. They're stressed about rent, they're stressed about car payments.
Ironically, their relationships are falling apart because financial stress destroys relationships faster than anything else. Meanwhile, the guys who went quiet, the guys who locked themselves in their rooms to learn video editing or e-commerce or YouTube automation, those guys are driving nice cars, traveling, and living life entirely on their own terms. And guess what? Their dating lives are incredible now because they actually have something to offer. I see guys in the comments all the time asking, but what if I miss out on my youth? What if I waste my best years working?
For what youth? Being broke, stressed out, and ignored? Is that what you're so afraid of missing out on? Because let me tell you, having real money and freedom in your 20s is 100 times more fun than struggling through your late teens trying to impress people who do not even care about you. I mean, the guys who are out partying and chasing girls right now, blowing all their time and money, those are the exact same guys who are going to be stuck in a cubicle working a 9-to-5 they hate 5 years from now, complaining about how unfair the economy is.
You have to choose your hard right now. So you have to build the foundation first, before anything else. First, you get your mindset completely dialed in. You accept that you are going to be a little lonely for a minute. You're going to miss out on some parties, and that's totally fine. Then you pick a vehicle to make money. But for me, like I always say, it was YouTube. You put your head down, you study the game, you post consistently even when the views suck, and you do not look up for 6 solid months.
You become obsessed with your own progress instead of obsessing over someone else's attention. You replace the cheap dopamine of a girl texting you back with the real, earned dopamine of seeing your first video cross 10,000 views. It is a complete identity shift. You stop being a desperate consumer of attention and you become a high-value creator. And I think this is where everything sort of changes for most people, like where it actually clicks in your brain. The reframe is realizing that your dating life right now is just a direct reflection of your own personal value.
If you aren't attracting the kind of people you want, the answer isn't to try harder at dating. The answer isn't a new outfit or a new haircut. The answer is to become a fundamentally more valuable person. Stop trying to hack the dating algorithm and start hacking your own life. When you build the man, the girls come automatically. That sounds like a massive cliche, but it's literally just how human psychology works. Think of yourself like a magnet. Right now, if you have no purpose, no money, and no direction in life, your magnet is completely turned off.
You can chase iron filings all day long, running around trying to manually pick them up one by one, and it is exhausting and frustrating. But when you build your business, when you get your money right, when you find your actual purpose, you flip the switch on the magnet. Suddenly, you don't have to chase anything ever again. You just exist. You do your thing. You stay focused on your mission, and people are naturally drawn to you because you have forward momentum. You are actually going somewhere in life, and people inherently want to attach themselves to a moving train.
You don't want to be a parked car sitting in the driveway. So seriously, I want you to take a massive step back today. Delete the apps for a while. Stop texting first. Stop caring about who is viewing your stories. Take all that wasted energy and pour it into building an income stream that will actually change the trajectory of your life. And I know it's not easy, especially at first, but trust me, your future self will thank you for being disciplined right now. Now, if you got something from this, subscribe to the channel. I'm just going to keep sharing everything I figure out along the way. Stay focused, get back to work, and I'll see you in the next one.